This bhakti is actually like an ocean. It's like a deep sagaram. Can someone say what is the characteristic of an ocean? When do we compare something to an ocean?
Endless.
Sorry?
Deep.
It's very deep. Okay, very nice. Okay.
Endless.
Sorry?
Endless.
Endless. Okay. Anything else?
When somebody is emotionally very high and strong.
Okay. They're emotionally very high. Okay. Okay. No, but what is an ocean usually compared to? If something is being compared to an ocean, what attributes?
Very difficult.
Vast.
Vastness, like it's endless, deep. I think it covers most of it. So, in this bhakti, this ocean called bhakti, some fishes swim on the top, and some fishes swim very deep. You know, what is the characteristic of fishes which swims very on the top? Anyone watched Animal Planet? Srihari? Has anyone watched enough Animal Planet or National Geographic? Then you could figure that out. What happens to fishes that swim on the surface?
They get eaten first.
Huh?
They get eaten first.
By what?
Predators.
What predators? Huh?
Crane.
Huh? Captured faster, okay. But who captures them fast? Many of them, but what are sharks, whales, okay. But sharks are there in the dips, right? So they can catch easier fishes that are at the bottom, right? You could say like that. You know, you have seen eagles swoop down, right? They scan fishes, right? And they swoop down, and this fish is swimming on the top of the ocean, and then boom, they come and pick them up, and then boom, they fly on their way ago, right? So, or sometimes someone was saying fishing, right? You fish, and then suddenly you know this fish becomes very greedy. I was hearing Prabhupada said this fish which gets tracked by a bait is like a rascal because it's very greedy. It's having enough fishes, but it's getting trapped by this bait, and it's going. So greedy fishes get trapped, also, which is on the surface. So the reason why I gave this example is, so this ocean of bhakti, we can be surface level deep or very deep. We can dive into the depths of bhakti. Go deeper, go deeper, go deeper. So the more we are on the surface of bhakti, then the eagle of Maya, when it swoops down, it can easily pick us because we are practicing bhakti on a very external level, on a very superficial level. So, what is meaning by superficial level? Superficial level meaning that, see, there are different levels of pleasures, even in bhakti, right? For instance, say I don't play mridanga very well, but still I'll try. So there is a pleasure of this tune, which is like this beat. There's a pleasure that comes out of it. Or there can be some pleasure coming out of, say, the nice guitar that Pratim Prabhu played, right? So there's some pleasure that the guitar gives some pleasure. Or there is a pleasure out of dressing, this kurtilak and this, nice, Indian wear and kurta and whatever, kurtis for women or sari, whatever it is. So these pleasures, I feel, while practicing Krishna consciousness, are still not the pleasures of bhakti. They are the pleasures of the musicality of kirtan. Or they can be pleasures of maybe the discipline I'm undergoing. Or they can be pleasures of nice food. All these are good, but they are not sufficient to put a great obstacle for Maya. Great obstacle for Maya. Or else the mind is, I'm chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. What is chanting? The lips is chanting. But what is the mind is doing? What is for prasadam? What is for prasadam? What is for prasadam? right? Or who's looking at me, who's looking at me, who's looking at me, right? Or what's going to happen tomorrow, what's going to happen tomorrow. So we are chanting so many things in the mind, correct? So it's not easy. So the Maya comes swooping down and takes us away if you are practicing surface level bhakti. So how to do bhakti on a very deep level? How do we do that? For that, we have to go depths. Bhakti is depths means to become more humble. Humble means to identify every small bad quality I have. Every little, like a thought, like say a thought happens, I want to impress someone. Depth means what? You identify that thought also, and you are not able to tolerate it. So we are not able to tolerate many things, right? How many of you think Michigan summer this time is very bad? It's very hot, right? So we are not able to tolerate summer, or I'm not able to tolerate someone speaking too much. Right? Kids speak too much. Parents, can you stop for some time? Right? I want to be peaceful. Right? So kids are talkative. Or kids cannot tolerate their parents saying, what cannot kids tolerate from their parents? Huh? Don't do it, right? So, Shri Hari, what can you not tolerate? Huh? Class? Oh, wow, that's an insult. He was too frank. I'm not ready for that. Okay, so kids cannot tolerate so many things. So we all have something we are afraid of. That I'm afraid of. Is it not? How many of you are afraid of something in life that you are waiting? Oh, this should not be happening in my life, right? So we're afraid. But you know what? If we are afraid, or if we cannot tolerate something of our own bad qualities, then we make ounces and ounces of progress. Very simple. I cannot tolerate my lusty desires. I cannot tolerate me being so proud. I cannot tolerate, which means what? If I don't tolerate, what do I do next? Say, huh? Get rid of it. Easier said than done. How do we do that? So if I cannot tolerate my bad qualities, what do I do? So you identified something in your mind, but we are tolerating it. So let it be there. Right. So I was in bachelor life, in a hostel. So the three shorts will, be hanging from this place. 3 unwashed shirts will be hanging from this place in my hostel room. All the roommates, all the bed sheets will be like, disheveled. But all the boys can tolerate that. Yes.
Isn't tolerating it also wrong?
Yes, correct. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So we are not able to tolerate it. So bhakti means to be not able to tolerate our bad qualities. Right? And my question is, what happens next is the question. Right? So right now I'm tolerating, just like, I said, my dirty shirts are hanging in my hostel room. I said, let it be there. I'll be peacefully sleeping on the couch. I'll be peacefully sleeping, and no one has taken bath in the room. And everyone is like, dirtily, like dirty pigs. They're all lying down, right? Waiting for the hostel mess to open at 9:30, right? 10 o'clock, and then wake up and then eat something and then bathe at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I can tolerate that stink. I can tolerate. So the reason we are suffering in this world is because we are able to adjust our foolishness. The moment we are not able to adjust and tolerate, we make progress. So bhakti means I'm not able to tolerate my bad qualities, even on a mental level. Sometimes you are able to tolerate explicit bodily activities that we might do something wrong. Say someone is, trying to objectify a girl explicitly, speaking to her in an objective way. They are able to tolerate so much of their bad qualities. So civilization is coming down. What does it mean? The society's values of what is tolerable is going down. Someone can drink and still be a part of the meeting. Someone can drink and still come to a classroom. Someone can be abusive and still feel that it's okay to be in a relationship. Children can be disrespectful, still they feel they're good to be, good children. So our tolerance is going down. Why is it going down? Because we are tolerating our bad qualities. But actually I'm suffering. Actually it is thinking inside. But I'm tolerating it. I'll tolerate. And Krishna, I can tolerate, but Krishna within the Paramatma is also tolerating. He's thinking this person at some point will become intolerant of his bad qualities. This is called advancement. Advancement means, but association means what? By the association of advanced devotees, we cannot tolerate our bad qualities. This is called association. Until association, we will think our bad qualities actually are good qualities. That is what I think. Like for instance, always I say, many times devotees ask, why should I not watch movies? Why should we not watch movies? Because both the hero and the villain are villains. The hero is in Rajoguna, the villain is in Tamoguna. Right? And so it appears that the hero is a hero. Right? But from the perspective of where we want to be, both of them are villains. Both of them are villains. Now, if we are associating with these people, they will make us feel that I myself am a hero only. Because he is doing like that, I'm not doing like that. This hero is smoking, I'm not smoking. This hero is making crass remarks against someone, I'm not doing. Maybe I'm more gentlemanly than this guy. So in this way, we are tolerating our bad qualities due to what? Due to?
Association.
Due to what? What association? Bad association. What association? Bad association. Where do we get bad association? Huh? What are the avenues of getting bad association? For being around bad people. What does bad people mean? Yes, go ahead.
God doesn't exist.
Who thinks God doesn't exist? Okay. Yes. Social media. Okay, very nice. Huh? Who don't bath? Okay, that's a good definition of bad. Who don't take bath? It's a very good definition. Good definition. Yes. Okay. Anything else? Very simple definition. Yes.
Not very kind to people.
Not very kind to others. Very nice. Like how are we being unkind? How is society unkind right now? Or proud of themselves? I let Srihari finish the answer.
They have a lot of pride if they go to a lot. If they become
But how are people being unkind in today's world?
Being selfish.
But how are people being selfish? What activities? What is the extent of being unkind? Gambling, is it being unkind? Of course, unkind to the soul. Huh? I know, but how do they manifest it? Paraninda, blaspheming, saying unkind words to someone, but even worse. Huh? That is fine, but what is the bad quality that they're tolerating so much, which is so bad?
Thinking that I am the enjoyer. I should be the enjoyer.
I know, but at what cost? Like how long are they able to stretch the fact that they are the enjoyer? Example, at what cost?
If others suffering.
But what is the extent of suffering that they're ready to, undertake? Scolding? Beating? Killing? Okay, killing what? Killing animals.
for no need for this food.
Yeah, killing animals. Right? I'm killing animals in a conveyor belt.
The people who already have food killing animals for no reason.
Yeah, killing animals for no reason. Right? When I kill animals for no reason, for the purpose of my tongue, this is the extent of being selfish. Yeah. Yes. So this is the extent of being unkind, where I think I can tolerate people suffering and animal suffering to such an extent that doesn't matter anything, my tongue's need is all that matters. I go all the way. So this is paraninda, as you said. To scold someone is okay, but I'll kill you. I'll pluck out your liver, everything. For what? For my taste. Not just in a humane way also. In a conveyor belt. Tuck, 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 tuck. Is it not? So, gruesome murder, hunting, all these are enjoying the suffering of someone else at my own pleasure. Very nice. Okay. So my point is, we are tolerating our bad qualities to such an extent. Now my question is, we are talking about depth of the ocean, correct? That's where we started. So we were saying the depth means to not tolerate our bad qualities to a very deep extent. Okay. And if I don't tolerate, if I find my bad quality in my mind, what should I do next? What should I do next? See, I find some bad quality in my mind that Krishna enlightens me up. Krishna says, hey, you have this bad quality. How many of you felt you had a bad quality that Krishna reminds you of? Okay, Krishna reminds us very often. Okay, so we have to respond, right? So how do we respond to it? That is Krishna's way of telling us, like Father says, your room is very dirty. So he's saying, Krishna is saying from within the heart. So there is one Guru within our heart. He's called, can repeat after me, Chaitya Guru. Okay, so Guru who's in the Chitta is called Chaitya Guru. Chaitya Chitta, in the Chitta. So this Chaitya Guru is Narayana, is present within our heart. So he is telling us, he is what is called conscience. Whom we call conscience is the Chaitya Guru. So he tells us, so what do we do next once the Chaitya Guru says, this is something bad in you? What do we do next? Yes. Correct it, but what if I find it like this is, I cannot correct it, this is me.
We try to give a chance, but this time we will try to stop for one day and see.
Okay. Okay, incrementally try to improve. Okay, nice point. Okay. But do we feel like that every time? Do we feel like, personally, my own example is that when Krishna says bad quality, hoga to hoga, right? It will be there, right? For this birth, it's going to be there only. I mean, we have this intellectual laziness. You know what is intellectual laziness? Intellectual laziness means I don't want to think too much. Don't think too much. Just go on with life. So this is called intellectual laziness. Once people have a job, they get intellectually lazy. Once you have a career, right? Until you get a job, you're little at least intellectually thoughtful but once you have a job and you have money in your pocket, people switch off their intelligence. Intellectually lazy. That is how I respond. I do not know about you, but I respond. My initial knee-jerk reaction to respond to my bad qualities is that I feel it's okay. It will be the way it is. How many of you resonate with me? Right? Okay. So what can we do here? What does depth mean? Because if you don't go deep enough, you know what? A small distraction is sufficient to say, I won't chant Hare Krishna mantra today. Holiday for Hare Krishna mantra. Holiday for Bhakti Vriksha. I have a little ear wax in my ear. I think there is too much ear pain. Krishna will understand. I won't chant today. We should not be fanatical. In this way, the intelligence will say another voice. Right? I'm too lazy. I'm too tired today. I am too busy today. And small thing will make us drop Krishna consciousness at the easiest, situation. Most easiest, very difficult situation, very less difficult situation, but you'll find a reason to give it up. Lack of determination. Right? Dridha vrataha. Krishna says only one who's a dridha vrata, one can go ahead. Now coming back to the $1,000,000 question. So what do we do when confronted with a bad quality that we have? Very nice point. Sankalpa, Hari Bol. Okay. How do we do Sankalpa? Very nice point. Sankalpa. Very good. How many of you think you had a vow, you made a vow and you broke it? How many of you think you broke every vow you make every time? I'll raise both my hands. Right? Okay. So Sankalpa is a very good answer, but very bad answer. Because it is not practical. But Sankalpa is a good answer because it has to be accompanied with something else for it to be a perfect answer. So, what does Sankalpa need more? Follow Dharma. Okay, very nice. Okay, good point. But say I don't have the strength to follow Dharma. Ruchi is somewhere else. Association. Okay, how do we take association? Practical ways. Right, so they will say there's something principle in Six Sigma Lean called DMAIC. You know that? Define, measure. That we have to measure, we have to become very specific. Specific, measurable, and actionable. Our action items, what we want, must be very specific, and it must be measurable, and it must be actionable. If not, mind will cheat me. It must be very specific. This is what I will do. This is my response to the mind's question. If it is not specific, right? If I simply say I'll take association, mind says, it's abstract. Then you can't act on it next time. As it is abstract, it is not specific. It has to be very specific. Yes. And it must be measurable. You must be able to dashboard it. How many times you did, how many times you did not do it. Right? Go ahead. Chant Hare Krishna mantra. Association with whom? If chant. Association with? But I don't even feel like chanting. Whatever we have faith in, whomever we have faith, we have to associate. If we have faith in chanting, chant Hare Krishna mantra. If you have faith in association of devotees, have daily reading calls. Or go to 2, 3, 4 Bhakti Vrikshas, or go to temple programs, or attend YouTube lectures, whatever. But constantly associate with devotees on a regular basis. Good point, okay? You must be very actionable. You must exactly know. For me, I'll tell you what I do. I'll just open the app. There is an app called Kathamrita. So I just plug on. For me, it's simple. I don't have to search anything. I just want to listen Srila Prabhupada. I just play on Srila Prabhupada lecture. And then that's it. So whenever I feel I am in Maya and I'm going down, I simply open that app and hear Srila Prabhupada immediately. Immediately, as soon as, I get like phone is there with me, right? Like phone is closer to me than my hands, right? In today's world. So we are able to hear something and associate, right? So in this way, our plans must be very specific. How should it be? Specific. It must not be like all over the place, cloudy. Okay. So what other sankalpa? So what should be our response to our bad qualities?
Follow what our spiritual master tells us.
Wow. It's very specific, very measurable, very actionable. It's a very nice point. Spiritual masters say something, I act. So, of course, I have to say this. So, Janavi Mataji, I heard from Divya that Divya, my wife Divya. So, Janavi Mataji, she's chanting 16 rounds every day. She read that one has to chant every day 16 rounds. And because she heard that, she immediately wanted to follow it. That's very nice, very inspiring for me. Personally, very inspiring. So, this is a good example where someone hears something and they immediately act on it. If you hear something and act on it, you get realization. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. One second. So in this way, can you get some hot water? Yeah. So one can make very immediate progress. Very nice. Anything else? Anything else? Say we are not so advanced and I have some bad qualities. I want to start somewhere. Where do I start?
Personally, I try to test myself not to go and then try a different way. So I always blame my teammates, for example. Because of you, this failed. Because of you, this failed. after Krishna consciousness, I started saying that, why can't you do it in a different way? Stop blaming them and asking them why not a different way. I started thinking differently.
So challenge our preconceived notions step by step. Okay, very nice. Okay, challenge our preconceived notions, go deeper. Okay, anything else?
It's not in my control. I go on the street and I keep praying like.
Very nice, very nice.
Anything, please help me.
Very nice point, very nice point. So this is a very good point, you know. So whenever we have any bad qualities, if we are able to follow the spiritual master, like Mataji said, then that's very easy. So we can say the reason why I'm having these bad qualities is because I'm not following my spiritual master as solidly as I should. And if I did that, then these bad qualities wouldn't exist. So that's one way of thinking. That's a very nice way. That's a very nice mode. But if you are not so advanced, if you're not able to think like that, then, once again, I'll come to you. Then we can actually take our beat back and start begging Krishna. Start begging Krishna. As soon as we remember a bad quality, we should start chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, I have these bad qualities and I have tolerated these bad qualities for so long. I heard this in the talk last week, but I've tolerated this for so long. Now I want to mark a new beginning in my life. I don't want to tolerate these qualities. And beginning with, this is the first quality, bad quality that I want to overcome. This is very bad. Tamoguna bad qualities have to be murdered right then and there. At the site encounter. That's what they call, right? At site, what do they say? Shoot at site order, right? Shoot at site order, right? So this tamoguna means it is shoot at site order. If you tolerate bad qualities, right, for long, then what happens? Then it's spiritual suicide. Like for instance, even tolerating on smoking habits, or watching internet aimlessly, or something, watching bad things on the internet, or anything like that, or drinking or smoking or anything like that. When it's tolerating these bad qualities, then it is tamoguna, or even meat eating. So one should beg Krishna, Krishna, I have these bad qualities because of which I'm torturing myself and torturing others. When we torture yourself, we think I will torture myself. But when we torture ourselves, we also torture others. If the husband is unhappy, he will make his wife unhappy 100%. If the wife is unhappy, she will make her husband unhappy 150%. Both 100%. Right? Nothing against women. But I'm saying this is definitely there. So unless I am happy, I can't make others happy. It's not possible. Right? If children are unhappy, they will make the whole house unhappy. Is it not? Correct, Shriyari? So the way is that we can beg Krishna like there is no tomorrow. Like there is no?
Tomorrow.
Not tomorrow, I beg, today. Because tomorrow is a mentality. When tomorrow comes, again the mentality of tomorrow will come tomorrow. Right? Tomorrow is not a status. Tomorrow is a mentality. If we continue the tomorrow mentality, we will never progress in spiritual life. And to cut down this tomorrow mentality, we have to meditate on death. Understand death can come anytime. So anyway, we have to go very, very deep, my dear devotees. Either by sankalpa or begging Krishna. Sankalpa also we cannot do independently, because sankalpa we don't have the strength. To begin something is very easy. To end something is even more easier. But to maintain something, very difficult. That is why Krishna himself took up the role of maintenance as Vishnu. Because no one can maintain. No one can maintain. You need Krishna's mercy, Vishnu's mercy to maintain spiritual life. Without his mercy, we can't maintain spiritual life. At the slightest provocation, we will drop our sankalpa. We will say, I go back to my previous self. How nicely I was. Somehow I came to Krishna consciousness and my life became more difficult. In this way, the intelligence will say and will take us away. And after 5 years, 10 years, 12 years, or 20 years, you'll say, ayyo, what happened? Like that, you see. So, our process is begging Krishna. Begging Krishna. Begging Krishna. What is it? Begging Krishna. Depending on Krishna. Okay. With that being said, since there are a small group of devotees today, so I thought I'll say a story, and the kids are also here. I don't want to make them too bored. I also already mentioned the philosophy part. So I don't want to make it more difficult for the parents also to take care of the children.
Prabhuji, one small thing.
Ah.
When you were saying begging Krishna, I had a small
Mhm.
example just before.
Oh, yes.
We are doing a lawn mowing work at my home. Only me, my husband went to office. So we have two batteries for the lawn mower. So one was finished. Then I kept for the charging and the second one is continued. So the moment I came back, second one was finished. Okay, this first one will be full. I can see. It did not start yet. Oh God, it's my waste of time. Again, I should wait for 1 hour. Then I go. Again, I just kept it again. It was not working. What is this one? I just tried for 5 to 6 times. It did not work. Then immediately I called my husband. These two batteries are not working. What should I do? My husband said, I think it's some battery problem. After coming, I will try. You just leave. Then I thought, the whole time was wasted. My psychology is like, if I do some work, I should complete it very fast. Not to drag like that. Then I was with children and everything. Then I thought, simply waste of time. And again, I went out of 1 hour. Again, I was like, what's happened? What happened? Then I remembered Krishna. Then I thought, now I'm asking. Till now, I did not ask. Now I'm asking me. Compulsory, I should get please. I was like, really like, please. I was just trying one time, please, 2 times. Then it was like, thank you so much.
Very nice.
Personally, if you feel instantly like, oh, you, like as a person, you should leave, then it will work.
Yeah, very nice, very nicely shared. So Krishna, any way of depending on Krishna, even for the smallest of tasks, that increases our intimacy with us, is very nice. But sometimes we must also be prepared when the lawnmower does not work also. Sometimes after we beg Krishna, because Krishna might be wanting to teach us something else also. That also is there. But Krishna will reciprocate in many ways. He has his own ways. But of course he wants you to feel closer. So Krishna gives us some taste. So initially, I remember, like when you mentioned, I was remembering. So when you chant Hare Krishna mantra, it can be very boring. How many of you felt bored when chanting Hare Krishna mantra? It can be boring. Okay, all of you are very nice devotees. Many of you are not raising your hands. I do not know whether you are not chanting or you are not feeling bored. You're chanting, right? Okay. So, okay. Oh, that was too fast Hindi for me to understand.
Whenever she mentions that she is bad.
Oh, that is very nice.
She was wondering where the time goes.
Oh.
Get time to chat.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it. Nice. So, yeah, it is. So, initially, I was told by one devotee, Gopal Gaura Prabhu, he said, Krishna will give us a lot of ecstasies in the beginning. Lot of ecstasies to attract our heart. Right? Initially. And then after some time, you say, I don't feel like that anymore. Right? That means you have to do a little more hard work. Right? Krishna wants us to do little more hard work. But initially, Krishna offers us, chanting is so ecstatic, deities are so nice, prasadam is so nice, association of devotees is so nice. After that, after 6, 7 months, 8 months, it might they're not normal people only, right? What is there so much, right? What is there? What is this chanting? They're over exaggerating it. They're like everyone else, right? So the mind will make us feel like that, correct? So at that point of time, there must be more. That we must give Krishna. So to actually approach Krishna, right? So that's Krishna's way of working. He comes close and he goes far. He comes close and he goes far, right? That's Krishna's way of working. Okay, thank you for sharing that nice piece of experience, Mataji. Any other questions? Yes, Sri Hari Charan Prabhu.
Saying that hunting is a bad choice, but that's Parikshit Maharaj is also hunting.
Oh, okay. It's a nice question. Everyone heard Sri Hari's question? So you are saying hunting is bad, but I read in Srimad Bhagavatam that Parikshit Maharaj also went for hunting.
For killing the animals,
Ah,
but the animals do not harm the ladies.
okay, so you answered it yourself, right? So it's a good question, right? So we should think like that, right? A good critical question. So the answer is a Kshatriya is meant to, who knows the meaning of the word Kshatriya? Meaning of the word Kshatriya. Huh?
Protector.
Okay, close, but even more specific. Sorry? So, Kshat means harmful. One who harms others is called a Kshat. So, Trayate means one who protects someone from being harmed, one who protects the subjects from being harmed by aggressors. It's called Kshatriya. Trayate. Kshat Trayate. Right? He actually protects from people who are attacking. So, if they have to attack, if they protect from attackers, then they need to practice. Correct? They need to practice aiming. They need to practice killing. They need to see blood. Right? They must be very close with blood. So, how do they do it? So, they do that by killing gruesome animals in the forest. Right? Correct. And in this way, they protect different sadhus who are doing tapasya so that everything else is maintained properly. But sometimes kings can also hunt for sporting. There was one king called Prachina Barhisman. So, the reason he was hunting is because he was hunting these animals for jolly, for pleasure. And then he used to take these animals and then offer it in yajna. In this way, he was killing animals like left, right, center. And Narada Muni gives him a drishti. Narada Muni tells Prachina Barhis, see in the sky all the animals you killed. That is Dali, the deer you killed. It is waiting for you. That is bison. This bison was called by his mother, Mark. This Mark bison is standing there. So in this way, this bison is there, this Dali is there, everyone is there waiting for you. So that in the next life, they will take their bodies, human bodies, and you will be killed. Right? So Narada Muni is telling Prachina Barhis, I did not know all of this. I thought you could kill animals left, right, center. And then Prachina Barhis understood from Narada Muni, right, the danger of killing animals like that, and he reforms himself. This comes in the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Right. So that's the answer. Clear? Okay. So now we will read a story from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Shri, can you get me an iPad from my bag? Yes. So we will read one Leela. Bag angarikama in the room. So we will read one Leela. This Leela is called Mrit Bhakshana Leela. What is the Leela called? What does Mrit Bhakshana Leela mean? The famous Leela. What does Mrit mean? Mud. Bhakshan means what? Eating. So Mrit Bhakshana Leela means Krishna eating mud. Right? It's a very popular Leela. I'll just read from Srimad Bhagavatam. How many of you have read this Leela from Srimad Bhagavatam itself? I know you would have read it, I mean, seen it, it's very popular Leela. So I just wanted to. Na paathukiren Sri Venkatapura. So, Krishna, when he is performing his pastimes, it is very sweet. It's very sweet. And repeat after me. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadattatam Bhuvi Grinantiye Bhurida Jana Tapta Jivanam Vibhiriditam Kalmashapaham Mangalam Dattatam Bhuvigrinantiye Purida Janaha. So the gopis are saying in Gopi Geetam that your katha is like Amritam. Tava katha Amritam. And how is our Jivanam? Tapta Jivanam. How is our life? What does tapta mean? Burning. Right? It's very burning. So we are burning in our problems. What is like nectar? Krishna's katha. Krishna katha. Krishna's pastimes. So Krishna's pastimes, Krishna's nama, guna, rupa, lila, everything, everyone can do. When Krishna's pastimes are said, philosophy, I tell about Atma and Deham and what is body and soul. Maybe all of you will see and kids will become kids will be explicitly angry, you all will be implicitly angry. Right? You are saying what is the same Deham, what is there? Right? But when it talks about Krishna Katha, it is nectarian for great people who are sadhus. Nivritta tarshayi upagiyamana bhaushdi shrotra manobhirama. Even sages also like Krishna Leela. Children also like Krishna Leela. Old people also like Krishna Leela. And great Paramahamsas also like Krishna Leela. And the Jnanis also like Krishna Leela. Everyone likes Krishna Leela. Krishna is attractive for everyone. Atma Ramascha Munayo Nirgrantho Pirukrame Kurvanti Ahitukim Bhakti Mittam Bhuta Guno Harihi. Hari has got so resplendent qualities, very attractive. Ittam Bhuta Guno Harihi. Hari has got so many guna that it even attracts who? Who are Atma Ramas. Right? So great is Krishna, so attractive is Krishna. So the gopis are singing Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam. Kavibhiriditam Kalmashapaham. All the kavis who are greatly learned, Kavibhiriditam, they have elaborated these pastimes. They discussed these pastimes. Iditam. Kalmashapaham. It will steal away all your kalmasha. And what is it? Shravana Mangalam. Shravana Mangalam. It is very auspicious to hear Krishna Leela. Srimad Atatam. All auspiciousness will be filled in one's heart. Bhuvi Grinantiye. Who is describing these pastimes? Bhurida, Bhurida, Bhurida. They are the best, most charitable people. The gopis are saying, if I give you 100 rupees, $100, $500, $1,000, gopis are saying that is not very charitable. But who is giving Krishna's pastimes to everyone? They are Bhurida. Bhurida means they are the best amongst the charitable people. Bhurida Jana. So when Krishna was in Vrindavan, It is very attractive. Amongst all the Leelas of Krishna, the most attractive is Krishna in Vrindavan. Very simple, like a small cowherd boy, is playing upon his flute. Very attractive, very simple. No sophistication at all. So, because Krishna is so attractive, the Goswami says there is a book, very nice book called Madhurya Kadambini. In Madhurya Kadambini, the Acharyas are saying that because Krishna is the most attractive, the best slap I can give to my own illusionary tendencies is to be attracted to Krishna Leela. You are the farthest from Maya when you are attracted to Krishna Leela. You can be sure when I am attracted to Krishna Leela, I am farthest from Maya. When I am smitten, when I am, wow, I feel like hearing more. Tell me more. Parikshit Maharaj was hearing. He said, don't stop. It's been so many days I've been hearing Krishna Leela. Almost 4 or 5 days had passed. And he said, don't stop. Continue. Parikshit Maharaj, you didn't drink water. Is it okay? See, half an hour, if you don't get prasadam, I'll be unhappy. Correct? But Parikshit Maharaja heard Krishna Leela for how long? 7 days or 3 days or 4 days? 4 days. Correct, children? 4 days. 3 days, 4 days, 7 days. Okay. So he's been singing Kirtan for 7 days. Okay. So with eating or no eating?
No eating.
No eating. No sleeping? No sleeping. Any drinking water? No drinking water? No eating? No sleeping? No sleeping for how many days? No sleeping for? What was he doing? Watching Netflix? What was he doing? Listen to Srimad Bhagavatam from whom? Prabhupada? On Shukadeva Goswami. Wow. For 7 days. Can we do that? What is the longest we can do? Krishna Katha Shravan. Half an hour? 20 minutes? 2 hours? 2 hours, right? Maximum. In yatras, especially you go to Vraj Mandal Parikrama yatras, what is the average Katha time? Minimum 4 hours. Especially His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. His lectures, are like 3.5, 4 hours. Right? Minimum 3.5, 4 hours, one full lecture. And then there is prasadam and kirtan. And then another 3-4 hours. Right? So there is 2 4-hour lecture in one day. Right? And it's very, very strong, very powerful, you see.
Which only has 16 more hours.
Yes. So we should cultivate attraction like that. So this Krishna Katha is so attractive. So attractive. And so the more we appreciate this Krishna Leela, even if you think the body is separate, the soul is separate, that's all okay. Right? But we can still be attacked by Maya. But the more you appreciate Krishna Leela, how to appreciate Krishna Leela? Right? Shiksha Guru says, wow, you have to beat your thighs and hear. What does it mean? What? Wow. Right? I mentioned the story many times, I think, right? There was a king and a subject, right? The king made an order to find out who actually enjoys music. I told the story sometime, right? Right? To find out who enjoys music, he put an order that, because I think these guys are actually not enjoying music. They're simply shaking their head because you like music. Actually, they don't enjoy music. So he put a law, whoever shakes their head while listening to music, I take your head off. So this person was singing, right, very nicely, and no one was moving their head, right? And king was moving their head, but not everyone was like that. No one was moving their head, right? But one person, a true connoisseur of music, he couldn't stop moving his head when the music was going on. Arey wah, kya, like this, very nice. And he said, you are a real connoisseur of music. Everyone is just like, what do you say? Or a sheep, right? Like they're just following, right? They're fake, right? So similarly, right now we can evaluate, wow, very nice. But when you're going in the car, when you are in your house, when you're chanting Hare Krishna mantra, when you're alone in the house, no one is watching. What are you doing? Krishna is watching. You're experiencing the sweetness of Krishna in your private moments. Then you will make ounces of advancements. Right? So that is relationship. Relationship means in our private moments, when no one is watching, when no one is around, we depend on Krishna. This is called personal relationship. We depend on the Lord. As a person, He has something I have to do with Him. You see. Anyway, to the Leela, I don't want to give too much tattva. So, so Krishna is very attractive in Vrindavan. So, and the gopis constantly want to hear Krishna Leela. This is their disease. So, and Balaram and Krishna had just began to crawl. They just began to crawl at that time. And Agrishta Janubihi Padbihi Vichakramatuhu Anjasa. Right? They were crawling in their own strength. At that point of time, what happens? All the gopis will come together. And what will they discuss about? They'll discuss about Krishna. What did Krishna do yesterday? So this tendency of women to congregate and discuss is there. For men to congregate and discuss is there. But naturally left, they did a research. When they locked men in a room, they discussed about stocks, politics and sex. This is what they discussed. And women, I'm sorry, children are there, I forgot. So when women were there, they discussed about their relationships. They discussed about their conversations. They discussed about some other girls. This is what they discussed. Women. So women have a tendency to discuss when they are in a certain room. And men have a tendency to discuss something. And children, what do they discuss? Xbox? What do they discuss? Spider-Man? I don't know. It depends on the locality. If you are in a single family house or something, then you discuss far away from any reality or like absorbed in American culture. So I think many of you are staying in apartments, so you're a little safe, I think. I don't know. So then little more humble. That's good. Because the more and more we further away into the American whirlpool, then it is more and more tamasic. Right? These cartoons, wow. I was watching when I was coming in the flight. What they are watching, I can't even understand. They look so gruesome. I don't know what are those cartoons. Everyone has like oblique faces, triangular faces, pentagon faces. I don't know what are these cartoons, right? So don't show these cartoons to your kids. Don't think I'll just give this phone to my kids and they'll be good. No, you're giving tamoguna to your kids, literally. Right? So we should monitor their screen time and make sure that they watch something Krishna Katha. They can watch something that's more edifying, that makes them feel better. Some time is okay, right? But not these, especially they delve into these oblique Western stuff, I mean, it's there in India also. I cannot say it's Western right now. It's there in India. So they were constantly hearing about Shinbatyaha Kilatan Matru iti hochuhu samagataha. They were discussing Krishna. And then what is it? Vatsan munchan kvachid asamaye. Hey Yashoda Mai, what your son does? Krishna used to do before the milking used to happen. Krishna will release the calves. And the calves will drink all the milk from the cows. Right? And there will be no milk. Right? So Krishna will release the calf. Why are you drinking milk that is meant for the calves? Right? And this way Krishna will release all the calves. And then my husband becomes very angry and he shouts at me. And when my husband shouts at me, he simply smiles in the corner and like that. He laughs at like that. And what will I do? In this way, this gopi is complaining at Yashoda Mai. And then sometimes, what Krishna does? Right? I kept nice curd. I kept some nice butter. Some nice milk. In this way, I kept it in a very secret place, which he would have taken last time. I kept it in a secret place. That also Krishna finds out. And then he eats, he drinks it, and then when the monkeys assemble, and he gives it to them also. What is this? And when monkeys have their belly so full, what does he do? What will I do? Monkeys are full, but I have to do something. This gopi shouldn't have these curd and milk there. So what will I do? I'll break these pots. And he'll break these pots and everything falls down. And sometimes if he gets no opportunity to steal butter or milk from a house, he'll be angry at the householders. And what will he do? He will pinch the children and he will run away. And this child will be crying, Mama. Like that, he'll be crying. Right? He'll be crying. And Krishna is pinching the kids and he runs away. And Krishna will laugh. Krishna will laugh like that. And Krishna will go away like that. And again, what will Krishna do? Hastagrahe rachayati vidhim pitaka ulukala adyahi. And sometimes I keep the milk and curd very top, not in another shelf. I keep it at the top. And what will they do? They take one plank and they take some stool. They put one stool over another stool, another stool, another stool. Or sometimes they climb over each other. And in this way, they will put the ulukala. And in this way, they will climb on them and they pick holes in this. Krishna will pick one hole, two holes, and he will pick holes in it. And in this way, another time, Krishna, when the elderly gopis go about their household affairs, Krishna and Balaram go into their dark room and they will brighten the jewels. They'll have wearing so many jewels. And in this way, they will help the other kids steal more butter and curd. In this way, Krishna himself steals and he helps the monkey steal. He helps his friends steal. And sometimes we are able to catch Krishna. When we say, Krishna, you are a thief. You say, you are a thief. I am not a thief. You are a thief. Your husband is a thief. Your great grandfather is a thief. Your uncle is a thief. In this way, Krishna will call all bad names. So sometimes what happens? If you are very angry at Krishna, then Krishna will go to a corner, he will pass urine and go away. And why does Krishna do all that? It's extreme. This is God. Is this the person you worship? Right? So sometimes people wonder, this is the person you worship? Yes. So Krishna does all this because the gopis are hankering for Krishna to do all this. They're hankering, will Krishna not do this? Externally, the gopis are angry. Inside, they are hankering. Krishna is going to that gopi house only stealing. Why is he not coming? Does Krishna not like me? So internally, he's a little insecure. They are insecure. Sometimes, girls feel it is nice if this man proposes to me, but they won't say that outside, right? The nature, right? Women have a certain nature, men have a certain nature. Similarly, this all comes originally from the spiritual world. So spiritual world, the gopis are feeling, why is Krishna not come to my house? Krishna is only going to go to that gopi. In this way, the gopis feel like that. Right? And again, but now our dear friend Yashoda, the expert thief, is sitting before you like a very good boy. So Krishna is sitting like this. All the gopis are assembled, around Yashoda Mai, and they're complaining about Krishna. And how is Krishna sitting? Like this, very peaceful. He is not showing any sign of, antiqueness or, any sign of mischievousness. He is not showing anything. So sometimes when all the gopis looked at Krishna, is so fearful because he's very afraid of Yashoda Mai. This is what Shukadeva Goswami is telling. Even Krishna is afraid of Yashoda Mai. And who's afraid of Krishna? All the devas are afraid of Krishna. And who's Krishna afraid of? Yashoda Mai. Because Yashoda Mai is there with a stick. And Krishna is very afraid. What will Yashoda Mai do? Will she beat me? Will she chase me away? This way Krishna is looking. You see, there is one very nice devotee, so please don't miss this lecture. He actually speaks in a very animated way. His name is Dina Bandhu Prabhu. So Prabhu is coming in a couple of weeks to Michigan. So he'll be delivering a series of lectures. He's been living in Vrindavan for the past 40-45 years actually. When he speaks Vraj Katha, you'll be transported to Vrindavan. So if you want to go to Vrindavan, Shri Vrindavan Dham, without purchasing a ticket, don't miss any of his lectures. Right? You'll be transported to Shri Vrindavan Dham and will be attracted to Krishna so much. He speaks so nicely. Right? And he speaks in traditional Braj Bhasha, more or less. His body is Western bodied, but because of being in Braj for close to 40-45 years, he speaks like a Brajbasi only. Who lives in Vrindavan. It's very attractive to hear from. So, it's actually a disgrace that I'm speaking this katha, because I meditate in how he speaks and I feel very ashamed. So, So Yashoda Mai sometimes is very happy, sometimes very angry, because she is also enjoying Krishna's mischievousness. Right? Sometimes she is also happy how Krishna is lying. She knows Krishna is lying, but she is happy. She doesn't want to chastise. So this is Krishna's business. Right? So Krishna is violent, Krishna steals, Krishna kills. Prabhupada said, if the stealing and killing and violence is not there in Krishna, how can it be there in us? But the difference is Krishna's stealing and Krishna's killing and Krishna's violence is on the transcendental platform. By hearing Krishna stealing, our propensity to steal will go away. When we hear Krishna performed Rasa Leela with young women in the dead of the night, what happens? Our lust will go away. When we hear Krishna killed Asuras, then what happens? Our demoniac qualities will go away. There is a difference between Krishna Leela and our karma. So we should not think Krishna stealing is like my stealing. It's not like that. It is very different. So one day what happened? Balaramji comes to Yashoda Mai. Balaramji is the head of all the friends. Right? They come before Yashoda Mai. Yashoda Maya, you know what? Maya, Krishna actually ate dirt. Right? Krishno mridam bhakshitavan iti matre navedayan. But Yashoda did not chastise. Right? So, and now again, to make, because so many complaints were lodged at Yashoda Mai, but Yashoda Mai did not react. She appreciated. His friends were not happy. Right? Because his friends wanted Krishna to get some scolding. So another complaint was invented that Krishna had eaten earth. It's a great elaboration by Acharyas, actually whether Krishna lied here or not. We'll delve into that deeper later. And then, Sa grihitva kare Krishnam upalabhi hitaishini Yashoda bhaya sambhranta prekshanaksham abhashata. Upon hearing this, right, she spoke, her eyes was very fierce. Krishna, your friends are telling you ate earth, you ate mud, is this true? Kasman mridam adanta atman bhavan bhakshitavan raha. Why are you so restless that you go to a solitary place and eat dirt? Vadanti tavaka hyete kumaraha te agrajopiyam. Not just normal children. This time Balaramji also has his complaint against you that you have eaten birth. Agrajo, your elder brother, is also complaining against you. Right? So Yashoda Mai's thought process is that I have so many nice things. I have 9 lakh cows in my house and I have so many nice things to eat. After having these nice things, why would you go and eat dirt? Krishna replied, my dear mother, they have plotted together and lodged a complaint against me so that you will punish me. Actually, you know what? Balaram has also joined them right now. Actually, I have not done this. Believe me, I am saying the truth. Balaram is lying. Do not be angry. So this way is telling. Naham bhakshitavanamba. I have not eaten anything. Sarve mithya abhishamsinaha. Everyone is telling lies. I have not eaten dirt. Yadi satya giras tarhi samaksham pashyame mukham. If it is real, if you think they are being truthful, samaksham pashyame. See my face, see my mouth. You can see. So Krishna is presenting himself to increase the affection of Yashoda Mai. So Shastra describes Tadana Bhayan Mithyoktahi Vatsalya Rasaposhika. So sometimes a small child speaks lies. He may have stolen something, but yet he will deny that he has not done so. Similarly, we see this in the material world. But in Krishna's case, any lying that Krishna does is to increase the rasa of Yashoda Mai. Rasa of Yashoda Mai. So, and then, Yadi evam tarhi vyadehi iti uktaha sa bhagavan harihi. If you have not eaten earth, then open your mouth. Vyadatta avyahat aishwaraihi krida manuja balakaha. Yadi evam tarhi vyadehi. Open your mouth wide. And as soon as Krishna opened his mouth, right, then what happens? What happens when Krishna opens his mouth?
So the galaxies The deepest ocean is.
Yeah. Sa tatra dadrishe vishwam jagat sthashnu chakam dishaha sadri dvipabdhi bhugolam savayu agnindu tarakam. It's a very nice point here. Krishna likes to bewilder Yashodamai to increase affection, to increase her affection, because actually Krishna doesn't show any Aishwarya in Vrindavan Dham. He doesn't want to show Yashodamai that I am God. It is not that many times people say Krishna opened his mouth to say that I am God. No, not like that. Because Krishna doesn't want to show to Yashodamai that he is God. Because if he showed that he was God, then Yashodamai will lose her parental affection. It's not like that, not for that purpose. But he likes in confusing Yashodamai. He wants to take a superior position sometimes, right? In order to pull down Yashodamai. Right? That is Krishna's mood. So she could not believe. She saw when Krishna opened his mouth wide by the order of Mother Yashoda, she saw within his mouth all moving and non-moving entities, outer space, all directions, along with mountains, islands, oceans, surface of earth, blowing wind, fire, moon, and stars. She saw the senses, mind, sense perception, and she saw Auburn, his Bhakti Risha also going. And within that she saw Vaibhavi, within that she saw Krishna, within that she saw Krishna also she saw. And within that she saw Yashodamai. And within that she saw Srihari. Within that she saw Vishaka. Everything she saw. Right? This is the meaning of vision, right? When we see Krishna, we see ourselves in Krishna. So when Krishna opened his mouth, Yashodamai saw within Krishna's mouth herself seeing within Krishna's mouth. She could not understand. It's like, you go before a barber shop, you see so many of you, right? Right, like that. No, she saw it's a limitless thing. She's not able to understand. So when we are chanting Hare Krishna mantra also, we will see ourselves in Hare Krishna mantra if we surrender to Hare Krishna mantra. But if you are not surrendering to Hare Krishna mantra, we will see the false self. We will see the false self, which means I am a part of this material world. You see, this is so nice, right? So she saw everything and she saw herself and Vrindavan Dham. And she saw, who is this person? She said, Kim Swapna, is this a dream? Or is it illusory creation? This is Maya? This is my own intelligence? Or what is happening to me? Or is my Shakti, of Yoga Shakti, of Atma Yoga, of my son? What is happening? In this way, she thought. In this way, after thinking like that, she immediately surrendered to Narayana. In Vrindavan, you know what happens? Everyone is afraid for Krishna and they pray to Narayana. They pray to Narayana. They don't pray to Krishna actually. In Vaikunta, everyone prays to Narayana. In Vrindavan also, everyone prays to Narayana. Right? Why? Because everyone prays to Narayana for Krishna's protection. This happened to Krishna. Tataka, the Putana came, the Shakatasura came, Trinavarta came. What will do? Narayana, please help. Right? Narayana Kavacham. Narayana, please protect Krishna's forehead. Narayana, please protect Krishna's ear. Narayana, please protect Krishna's mouth. Narayana. In this way, Yashodamai, all the gopis are putting Narayana Kavacham. They are reciting Narayana Kavacham. For whom? Krishna. For Krishna, they are reciting Narayana Kavacham. Please Krishna, please Narayana, please protect my dear Krishna, please protect. They are all afraid of Krishna. They are not praying for themselves. This is called Vrindavan. Everyone is afraid for Krishna. But if something happens to them, like when they were entering into this, this big serpent Asura. Who knows what is the name of the big serpent Asura? No, the serpent Asura. Huh? Aghasura, correct? Aghasura, the big serpent demon. So they thought, Krishna is there, right? He will take care of us. And Krishna said, hey, what is this? They are all believing in me, right? And they are going inside. And Krishna felt little more actually agitated. My friends are going. They are all believing Krishna is there. No, he will take care of us. This is like if you go to Delhi, there is called Jantar Mantar, right? If you go in one side, you will come to in other side, right? Jantar Mantar. So similarly, they thought this Aghasura. So I'll go this side and come other side maybe. It may be a great Asura, I do not know, but maybe I'll enter and see. What if it is a danger? What if it's an Asura like, Putana or Trinavarta or something like that? Anyway, Krishna is there now. Krishna will take care. So they went like that. Right? So they're all confident. What were they confident? That Krishna will protect me. Krishna will protect me. No problem. Krishna is there. And if at all they have to be afraid, whom are they afraid for? Krishna. When Krishna was dancing on the hoods of Kaliya, all Vrajvasis felt like they lost their life. Hey, Krishna has been caught by Kaliya. Kaliya is so poisonous. What will our dear Kanhaiya do? What will happen to Krishna? What will happen to Krishna? This is their mood of helplessness. They don't feel Krishna is God. They don't feel Krishna as God. So Yashodama is praying, Narayana, you are beyond all material activities, right? In this way, she is trying to think in a jnana-based way. And then again Krishna said, why you are thinking like that? And then again covered by Yoga Maya. Act like my mother. This is why I am here. Right? He again covered her by Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya is the power by which all Vrajvasis forget that Krishna is God. So in Vrindavan, there is Yoga Maya. What is our Maya called? Maha Maya. What is our Maya called? By Maha Maya, we also forget Krishna. But we forget Krishna for our own enjoyment. This is called Maha Maya. But Vrajvasis forget who Krishna is for Krishna's enjoyment. This is called Yoga Maya. Alright. So Vrajvasis are not afraid of sin. Vrajvasis are not afraid of papam. They are not afraid of anything. Their bhakti is asadharana bhakti. This is called, affection. This is why Narada Muni is saying Yatha Vrajagopikana. If at all we have to understand what is bhakti, we have to understand by how gopis actually performed bhakti. Like even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, how do the gopis perform bhakti? The gopis performed, Ramya Kajit Upasana. However they performed bhakti, you have to perform bhakti. Like one day Krishna got a headache. How many of you know Krishna getting a headache story? Right? So when Krishna had a headache, and what is the medicine for that headache?
The cure of the devotees dust.
Yes. Yeah, so dust of the feet of devotees. Vaishnava Raja Dhuli. Vaishnava Pada Dhuli. I'm sorry. Vaishnava Pada Rajas. The dust of the pure devotees is the medicine for Krishna. Say, what is Vinodam? Right? Krishna getting a headache. And what is his Vinodam medicine? That dust of my devotees, legs, their feet. And they went to Vyasadev. Vyasadev, you are the best devotee, you are the literary incarnation. Please give the dust off your feet. Right? Shantam papam, shantam papam. Shantam papam means I should not hear this, I should not hear this. He closes his ears. Don't say, my dust, my foot dust going on Krishna's head. Shantam papam. Shantam papam means, oh, don't even say this more. Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. Don't say this more. And they went to Narada Muni. He says, Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu.
No, Narada was the one that traveled.
Okay, it's a different account, I think. So there is a Brahmana who says another account. So, and all the Brahmanas said, no, don't say anything more. In this way, they went to every person and said, Krishna has an headache. But as soon as they went to the gopis, what did they do? Because they also know, because if one actually places one's even foot on the Lord, why to take foot on the Lord? If you offer foot, if you put your foot on what is offered, the flowers offered to the Lord, one actually has to go to hell. So there is some flower offered to the Lord and you stamp on it. Then it is so sinful. It is so sinful. Because whatever is offered to the Lord is non-different from the Lord. This is why we are smelling the pushpam. Why are we smelling the pushpam that is offered to the Lord? Why are we, when we take water tomorrow, Mangalarati, spray, sprinkling on everyone? Why is that? Because this is water, that water is being offered as Abhishekam. This is the understanding. And that water that is offered as Abhishekam, when it sprinkles on us, what happens? The water becomes actually not different from the Lord. And when it falls on us, what happens? We become purified. We become purified. So, whatever that is even offered to the Lord should not be stamped. Now, what to talk of putting my feet dust on Krishna's lotus head, his forehead. No, everyone ran away. I don't want to do this. We say, that's okay, because we don't even believe in Punyam and Papam. And what is there? We don't believe in Punyam and Papam. We are other extreme. But the gopis are not like that. The gopis understand. Even if I believe in Punyam or Papam, Punyam and Papam is going to be there. But the gopis are not like that. Gopis knew that putting my feet's dust on Krishna's forehead is going to lead me to sinful reactions, is going to lead me to hell. But even though they knew, they started taking this coconut shell, right? Coconut shells. They started scraping their foot dust. All the gopis started scraping, right? All the gopis. If you think we are devotees, and if you think our dust will cure Krishna's headache, let us do that. And in this way, truckloads of Gopi Pada Dhuli is going from Vrindavan to Dwaraka. Right? Why? Because Krishna is feeling headache. This is the mood of Gopis Bhakti. Right? They don't mind going to hell for Krishna. They are not thinking, I need to be happy. No. This is the meaning of Raj Bhakti. Raj Bhakti means that immediate desire to satisfy Krishna's desire. Right? So all the playmates were complaining like that, So Parishad Maharaj asking, what did Yashoda Mai do that even she's able to open Krishna's mouth and she's able to see, and Krishna is feeding milk from her, Krishna's feeding from her. What did she do? What past auspicious activities did she do? What did Nanda Maharaj do? In this way she was asking. So So this is basically Shukadeva Goswami is going to Purva Vrittanta of Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai, Drona and Dhara. Right? Maybe we'll discuss that next week because it's already 8:05. Right? But we see from Braj Leela how Krishna performed such simple pastimes. That it could be dancing on the Kaliya, or lifting Govardhan hill, or grazing the cows. When Krishna grazes the cows, it's so attractive to see Krishna come back. Krishna with curly hair. Krishna has curly hair. Doesn't have straight hair. Krishna's behavior was also very curly in Vrindavan. Krishna's hair is also very curly. Krishna is very crooked. His form is also crooked. It is Tribhanga. It is bent in three places. Krishna's hair is also crooked. Krishna's behavior in Vrindavan is also crooked. So what does it tell us? We can't cheat Krishna with our crookedness. Our crookedness cannot be a match for Krishna. We can't say, I will cheat you, Krishna. I did not do this. I am good only. Admit me. No. Krishna is crooked of the crooked. Amongst all crooked, he is the best. He is the thief of all the thieves. Right? So no one can cheat Krishna. Right? So Krishna is the thief of all the thieves. He is the best thief. Right? So in this way, everyone gets attracted towards Krishna. Krishna's heroics, Krishna's thievery. Everything is attractive. Right? If I stole like that, everyone actually will be unhappy. Right? But because Krishna is stealing like that, it is attractive to hear. We are able to have a katha around it. Right? We are calling it Krishna katha. So imagine someone else did that, then someone becomes a villain. Right? Because that is the difference between Krishna's activities and our activities. Krishna is so sweet. So we're meditating on these activities of Vrindavan where gopis felt so anxious. The gopis were peaceful or anxious? So gopis are the best yogis or not? Yes or no? So what does it mean? We thought yoga means to be peaceful, right? But the best yogis, how were they always? They were always anxious. So the goal of yoga is to become anxious for Krishna. That is the goal of yoga. Right? Because when you're anxious about Krishna, our intensity of absorption becomes even more harder, longer, intense. Right? It becomes even more intense. So that is why Krishna says, Yoginam api sarvesham madgate nantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yuktatamo matah. So who's the best yogi? One who's in love with me. One who's in love with me. So anyone who's in love with Krishna is the most intimately united with Krishna. So I'll stop here. Any questions or comments are welcome. Yes, Sri Hari. Yes.
It is said in the book that Narada Muni was the one that Krishna told Narada Muni to go and travel and separate places in the dust. But you were saying that that Narada Muni was
Okay, understood.
there, so I got confused.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard both these versions. So if you have heard the other one, that's also fine. Yes.
He said we said in that it's a Krishna, but if we stepped it on like on purpose.
Yeah, that's fine. So we can ask forgiveness to Krishna as soon as we realize we stepped on it, and then we can, pay respects to it. It's fine. Yeah. Nice question. Sometimes we see this very unfortunate in temple. Sometimes tulasi leaves are strewn that has been offered to the Lord, and people step on it. That people step on flowers. So that means we are not worshipping. Sometimes people, this is something very difficult also, right? Sometimes we have printed t-shirts of Krishna or printed flyers that has Krishna, and it becomes very difficult what to do with that, because a picture of Krishna is not different from Krishna also. It's not different.
On the road, like we do Rath Yatra, Prabhu, that's where we do Pushpanjali, and then that's where the Pushpa Varsa will come down.
So if we give that pushpa to someone, that's fine, right? But if we pushpa varsha we can do for Krishna, but if we do for ourselves, then there is a danger of stepping on the pushpam. Right? The pramana comes from Narasimha Purana.
No, from helicopter, we were just doing the Pushpa Varsa. That's what
Yes, but after it has been offered to the Lord, we should not step on those varsha, that flowers.
knowingly everyone was just walking on that.
That is an offense. That is an offense. Yes. Right, that is an offense. Ideally, they're doing it for, of course, more people to see it. But ideally, the flowers that are offered to the Lord should not be, should not come down. That is an offense, actually. Yeah. Any other questions or comments? Okay. If you don't have any questions, thank you, devotees. Karantra Srimad Bhagavatam ki Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyashta kripa siddhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo